141 for 5 that the Rajasthan Royals have managed on a typical, I may say, 2008, 2010, 11 Chepauk wicket, because Riyan Parag top scored with 47 of 35. Looking at the strike rate, Dhruv Jurel with 155. We are back to those times where 140s would be made. 155 was considered the gold standard of a strike rate. And bowlers, especially surprisingly pace bowlers, getting all the thing in Chepauk, because Simarjeet Singh with his 3 wickets. Then also Tushar Deshpande taking 2. None of the others took anything. Tikshana none for 28, Shardul none for 32, Jadeja none for 24. So, rather strange innings from the Rajasthan Royals. Josh Butler, one of the best white ball players, look at it, 84 strike rate. Yashasvi Jaiswal again struggled with 24 or 21, 114. Sanju Samson. Is this wicket starting to ease out now, looking at the way how Riyan Parag is playing? So,
I mean, you would hope not if you're a RR fan or even an RCB fan. But if you're a fan of either of those two franchises, admit it, things do not look good right now. RR have gone on 16, and as I said yesterday, they're like, हमें second place finish करना है. First क्यों नहीं finish करना है, वो हमारी इच्छा नहीं है. Because they look to be throwing away their third game on the trot.
Yeah.
Third game on the trot, they've been stuck on 16, and it looks like they'll continue being stuck on 16. And as for RCB, that's the peril of the 14-point conundrum.
Yes.
Because you are reliant on other teams' results. They needed CSK to win today against RR.
No, they needed
RR to win. Sorry,
yeah.
RR to win. And right now it doesn't look like that's happening. CSK could get to 16, which by the way means that the doors on RCB will be shut.
Yep.
Because the match later today is the Delhi Capitals versus LSG.
RCB versus DC.
Oh yeah, RCB versus DC. Again, if DC win that, then
DC. Anyway, if DC win, it's done for RCB. Correct. Anyways. Yeah. Then for the 4th place and the 3rd place, it's a shootout between DC, CSK, SRH.
Yes, even then, I think because they're on 12 points, right? As far as CSK are concerned.
If they win, they'll get to 14.
14, yeah. No.
And DC, if they win, they also will get to 14. But their net run rate is pretty poor at this point.
And no, but then the points will really come into play. No, even RCB, sorry. If they lose today, then that's it.
That's it. Oh, game over.
It's about survival today for RCB.
So, if RCB win today and CSK win, then I think even the doors are shut on the Delhi Capitals. Because they can only get to 14. DC are the only team amongst the entire bunch who can get to 16.
Yeah.
Them and LSG, funnily enough.
Yeah, LSG because they play DC on Tuesday. So, that is why one of them will definitely get to 14. Chennai Super Kings, they needed to lose to Rajasthan Royals so that RCB had a chance.
RCB, DC, both sort of needed. Now, if CSK, and it does look like CSK have done good enough to be able to get those 2 points today, now DC will have to go and win.
Yep.
If DC lose, their campaign's also done and dusted.
Yep.
Because then you will need SRH to not win any more games. You will not. You'll also need CSK to lose their last match, which is going to be against RCB then.
Yeah, so that is a lot of permutations in common. But then yes, if they win today CSK, then it's the death knell for the likes of RCB and all. Then Delhi Capitals and Lucknow Super Giants will then need a lot of permutations and combinations.
Then actually see, no, Delhi Capitals and Lucknow Super Giants can still make it, weirdly enough, if someone like an RR really continues their slump.
Yeah.
Because again, I know it seems very far-fetched right now, but if RR lose today, and if they somehow end up contriving to lose their next 2 games, boss, they're in trouble. They will be stuck on 16, and then you're again on the mercy of the net run rate.
Yes.
So it's a far-fetched thing, sure, but this is, as things stand, looks like it's going to be RR's 3rd straight loss.
Third straight loss, and remember, they won the toss and chose to bat, thinking that it may get difficult to bat at Chepauk at this point.
Yeah, but I think every little indication we've seen so far is that the pitch seems to be easing a tad under, with no sunlight bearing down on it.
So, I think it's a tactical blunder then if that has happened, if RR. But again today, look at it. Yashasvi Jaiswal fell to a short ball. Josh Butler, now many people jumped on the bandwagon by saying, oh, Josh Butler, how can he be called a white ball great? Many people were pinging me, many people were questioning me as to how could you guys just say that Josh Butler is a white ball great?
I mean, he played a crucial knock in an ICC World Cup final 2019.
Both formats.
I'm thinking final, I'm going by order. Then 2022 was a key part of them making it to the final and then winning it. He was their captain. How can you not call him a white ball great? And he had a difficult day on what was clearly a tricky pitch.
Yeah.
Everyone struggled. If he was the only one who struggled, then you say, yeah, fair enough, it's an off day. You've had that off day. Otherwise, you look at it, everyone struggled. Jaiswal strike rate of 114, Sanju 78. So it's not like everyone was out there and having fun. These weren't easy conditions by any stretch of the imagination, and that's reflective of even in the bowling. I think the highest economy today was 8.
By Shardul. Yeah.
That's 8. And 8 also, by the way, is an economy you'll take in today's day and age when it comes to T20 cricket.
Exactly.
Everyone else look at that 7.5, 7, 6.56. It's going down chronologically.
Yep.
8 is the most expensive, and 8 you'll happily take.
Exactly. So Yashasvi Jaiswal yet again with that short ball problem that has troubled him a lot in this IPL as well.
Extra bounce does seem to do him. I remember even in South Africa during the Test series,
Nandre Burger
he was a little troubled by the ones that were bouncing extra.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a short ball problem, but yeah, he definitely does tend to struggle if there's a little more bounce than expected. If he can't get on top of the bounce.
More than that, I think this season he has struggled to judge the length of the ball.
Correct.
Because so often he's been seen wanting to pull the ball and it's on the top edge. And it's not always like a proper pull shot. At times it's a short arm pull that he
that sort of jab
sort of yes, where he's just trying to hit towards mid wicket and he's found the outside edge. Rather the top edge also on a few occasions, and more often than not the ball would then end up being inside the circle only, just end up skying it. So I think it's because see it's his go-to shot as well. He likes playing in that region, but more often than not I think he's somewhere struggling with this aggressive intent. He's somewhere struggling to judge the length of the ball at times.
Exactly. So yes, today all the focus will be on an MS Dhoni. The speculation is right. We've just done a flash before this innings started. But I think it is just a sign of saying, okay, thank you so much for all the support that the Anbudan have given them, because for the first time after a very, very long time, there has been no fuss when Chepauk has been hosting games. 2023 also there was no fuss.
By the way, the broadcaster just showed visuals of him setting the field.
Not that surprising.
That just takes me back to an instance where Saurav Ganguly I think was playing in his last test match, and Dhoni I think walked up to him and said, for one last time, why don't you go ahead and set the field?
But that Dhoni's been doing every single time.
Yeah, and also don't forget, as the keeper, you generally do have some input on where it is the player stands.
See, all those retirement things, okay, is he doing it today? Is he doing it? Because see, it is the last league game. If Chennai don't qualify for the playoffs, this would have been the last league game. Okay. But why would he want to announce retirement at a time when CSK are well in the midst for the playoff race? It would distract them only. And that is why I don't think, okay, he's not playing the game against RCB. No chance. If CSK still have a chance to qualify for the playoffs, he will definitely play. Exactly. He is not, and now we all know that in 2024, if and when CSK are bundled out, it is his last season. I have always been maintaining that yes, 2024 he will play. Even when the debate was going on in 2023, I said he will play 2024.
And then he'll see out that 3-year contract, and
he
after
will
that
see
is
out.
done.
And his body is definitely not holding up for the rigors of this. It's not his fault. Age doesn't wait for anyone. Time doesn't wait for anyone. This is it.
And also don't forget, it's not just about age. I mean, we've seen certain players, definitely spinners and the likes, extend their careers on many, many years. But there's one thing they do that Dhoni isn't, unless they play regular cricket.
Yeah.
Dhoni is only playing 2 months of IPL.
That's it. And he's got other ventures also which he will be fully devoted to it. So does all. Most of our cricketers in this modern era have become even entrepreneurs if you look at it. Kohli's become, I think, a restaurateur if we have to.
He's got many things. He's got a lot of businesses. The food side. There's of course his fashion label.
So
he's doing a lot of things.
In fact, one of his companies that's into insurance, I think Digit, they're about to come out with an IPO.
And so that is going to make him. That's going to make him and Anushka actually see their whatever little investment they put in, they'll be getting like a 271% return on it.
Ooh.
It's massive.
It is massive. Yeah. So entrepreneurship is now very well there within all our cricketers. Most don't go into the media, most don't go into commentary. That doesn't happen.
Many do. There'll be just as many who don't.
Yeah.
There are other career paths now that you'd want to take up.
Yep.
Let's be fair.
Yep. I'm just reminded of, let's say, because He's in his the twilight of his career as well. Talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, he was once asked as to what his plan is. See, inordinate amount of money that the man has, and it wasn't, let's say, just football he was looking at. He said, of course, he would want to be attached to football in some way. Didn't really make a big hint as to whether he would want to coach, whether he want to be the director or anything like that. But he said he definitely wants to get into the hotel business. He already has hotels running, and he said that he would want to take that business forward. He's really interested in that line of business.
A lot of players nowadays, athletes themselves have become smarter and said that rather than only depend on the game, why not leverage that brand value?
Look at Dhoni. He's got a fashion
Organic
apparel.
farming also.
He's got a fashion apparel
don't forget-
named Seven, I think.
Yeah, and don't forget he also wanted to get that line of coaching school started. Remember that led to the fraud. There was that also.
Correct,
He was
correct.
lending his name, right?
Yeah,
He was lending his name. He would have been making a significant amount of money from that. Until things went belly up, it's a different matter. But there are things now that a lot of these guys do that don't necessarily require them to move towards coaching or mentorship, whatever. Doesn't really this thing. He's anyway got a seat at CSK for as long as he wants.
Exactly, and he is going to be, and also he's got a stake in India Cements also.
Exactly.
So, and okay, Rakesh Bhushan is saying, let's take some questions. Did SS play a Rohit today?
Sanju
Samson. If the ball doesn't come to the bat, low and slow, the same smaller boundaries, heavy bat, wider edge, big muscles, all looks redundant. Then scores become at least 80, 100 runs below par.
No, I agree, and I mean you see this with a lot of players now. They're all built to, let's say, dominate the ball.
Yeah.
But you're losing a lot when it comes to the art of timing.
Yeah.
Because on pitches like these, you rely more on timing it rather than muscling it. You can't muscle on these kind of pitches.
Yep.
You just cannot.
And Rakesh Bhushan.
And muscling the ball, it works only in certain conditions.
Correct.
Because you try and muscle it at a ground like Firozshah Kotla, Rishabh Pant's done it, years and years now. No matter whether you time it or not, and timing, if you played cricket, you know how important it is to time the ball. It doesn't clear the infield if it's not timed properly. But then muscling the ball will only work in certain conditions. Otherwise, you're out.
Correct.
It's only these 55-meter boundaries at the Kotla you can clear with muscling the ball.
Exactly.
But otherwise, timing has to be the go-to
Oh,
thing.
so Dhruv Jurel has been impact subbed and Nandre Berger is in.
So I think Berger's back after a while. isn't he?
While, yeah, I thought it was on this kind of wicket, I thought it will be Keshav Maharaj.
Yeah, actually.
Should have been.
Could and should have been. I don't understand.
But yeah, well, maybe they decided maybe pace is the way to go here. So that's the thing. Rakesh Bhushan, I think CSK will be in top 4. Well, if they win today, they are anyway consolidated in the top 4 then.
top
These-
3, in fact, they'll be there.
Yeah.
Because of their superior net run.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think CSK will be in top 4. DC today will miss Rishabh Pant as skipper. Yes. Crunch match for RCB today. 4th spot for me will be decided on the last day, I feel. I think you'll get to know about it on Tuesday.
Yeah, by then you'll probably have an idea.
DCLSG.
DCLSG. You'll come to know at that point also. So, Kuldeep Sharan, Sid cried on those 200 plus but didn't use a single word on his favorite CSK pitch. Kuldeep Sharan, which broadcast do you see here? I have been saying that these kind of wickets, it feels as if it's a throwback to 2010, 2012 and all those kind of things. Do you want those kind of wickets? CSK has produced 2 of them in this IPL. KKR game.
And now this.
Yeah, so look, everybody cried on those 250 plus wickets. Let us be honest, the bowlers then had a petition, stop these kind of wickets. It's not just us, okay? Ashish Dhar is saying, RR losing momentum at wrong time.
Agreed.
Yes, they are.
I mean, look, you've already, lost 2 games on the trot. Lose today, it'll be 3. And sorry, I know they have a good bowling lineup, but it doesn't seem like they've got enough runs. And you don't want to be in a situation where you've got, after this 2 matches, where you have to win one. Have to.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So, Danush is telling me, Sid would have blasted if VK played like YJ or SS.
No.
Not
Dhanush,
necessarily.
very different
This
conditions.
surface.
Yeah. Very different
You're
conditions.
misconstruing things here and mixing things. Our assessment of Virat, Rohit, Sanju, Yashashvi, it's all been pertaining to the conditions.
Exactly. So that's why, look, see, whatever we do, whatever we say, it will get panned, it will get criticized, it will get appreciated. As I had mentioned, we don't expect full agreement, we don't expect total disagreement also. That's the way our nature of the job is.
Mayank Badal, one more question, and we'll probably call it quits. Says this pitch reminded me of the World Cup final 23 and KL Rahul's, slow playing. And he's asking, who would you take, Josh Sharma or Rohit Butler? Listen, I'll take Josh any day of the week. If you're giving me a choice between those two, eyes closed, I'm taking
Josh Sharma.
I'm taking someone who's won 2 white ball World Cups and played a crucial role in them both, including captaining his side to one of them.
Yep.
Asking you, Harshal, are you prepared for a double loss tonight?
I hope it's not the case. I hope it will be a tough night.
When is it starting? United
9
Arsenal?
o'clock
9
is
o'clock.
United Arsenal.
It's the only match that you see on Sunday as far as the Premier League goes. So 9 o'clock that begins. 7:30. It's the DC RCB game.
Yep.
So I hope
We hope the rain stays away at Chinnaswamy. There's a rain threat there.
Right.
Okay, so what are your predictions? Do you think RR can defend this or CSK?
No, I think CSK will huff puff maybe, but they'll win.
CSK.
Okay, I had predicted RR at the start, but I think I may have to flip.
Yeah.
So I'll flip CSK. Okay.
Impact subbed your way back to CSK.
CSK. Yeah. Okay, so bye bye. See you for the match end, and we'll also build up to DC RCB, and then if the inevitable happens, then we'll be there for all the events that happen on Sports Day. So bye bye. Take care. See you.